In the previous lesson, you learned how to add a single photo to a simple quick page. But here's the big truth. Not all quick pages are that simple. Most include multiple windows, so you can include more photos. Plus, more advanced quick pages have tons of empty area, perfect for extra embellishing. The staple of modern scrapbooking, right? And we gotta add our embellishments. In this lesson, which consists of 3 videos, you'll learn how to build your second digital scrapbook layout using a more intermediate quick page design, add 3 photos, a title, journaling, dimensional embellishments, and prepare your final layout for printing. With Photoshop Elements open and the Expert Workspace toggled, let's get started. Like before, we'll begin by opening our quick page and preparing it in the Elements workspace. To open the quick page, go to File, Open, and revisit the folder where you downloaded the class goodies. Then navigate to the quick page folder and choose the second quick page, named Digi101 underscore quick page underscore 002.png. The file opens in your workspace, ready for your attention. Next, we'll want to duplicate and save this quick page right now as a layered PSD file. That way we don't accidentally save over the original PNG file. You remember that, right? Okay, to duplicate the quick page, go to File, Duplicate. A dialog box will pop up asking us to rename this file. I'm going to type my second page and click OK. Next, let's return back to our original PNG quick page and close it. Again, at the top of the workspace are tabs where our open files are listed. Click on the original PNG tab, and this will reveal the file we want to close. Next, go to File, Close. And with the correct file active, we're ready to work on our quick page. At this time, you may want to resize your quick page from a 12 by 12 layout to a 10 by 10 or an 8 by 8, as demonstrated in the previous lesson. I'm going to continue with the current 12 by 12 size, so I won't be resizing this page for now. And if you prefer your quick page to look very nice and big on the monitor, increase the viewing size of the layout. To view it at a larger size, go to View, Fit on Screen. You can also use shortcut keys Command-0 for a Mac or Control-0 on a PC. So using Command-0, it fits right into my workspace. With our quick page prep, we're ready to add our photos. When working with multiple photos, I prefer to open and ready all of them, every single photo I want to add to the page. I even like to make it easy on myself and open all of the photos as a group if they're located in the same folder on my hard drive. To open all of the photos at the same time, go to File, Open, and navigate to your digital photos. Here are my 3 photos right here. With them all located in the same folder, I can hold down the Control key for a PC or the Command key on a Mac and select each photo. For this quick page, you'll need 3 photos, so I'm going to select 3 different photos and then click OK to open all 3 in my workspace at once. If I click on my photo bin here are my photos and here are my quick page. Next, we'll want to add our photos to the quick page. In the previous video, I instructed you to visit your photo bin at the bottom left of the workspace and drag each photo onto the thumbnail of the quick page. Let's do that for our first photo. And here it is. There's also another way to add photos to your quick page using a drag and drop method too. First, visit the tab of the second photo you want to add. With the Move tool still active, click and hold on your photo, and then drag and hover your mouse over the Quick Page tab in the workspace. Don't let go of your drag though. The Quick Page will appear, and without letting go of your mouse, simply drop the photo onto the Quick Page. And there's the photo. I'll do it again on my last photo so you can see the process in one single step. Now here's the thing I want you to take away right now. There are always 1,001 ways to accomplish a task in a photo editor. For every tip I share and technique you learn, know that there's always an alternative way, probably at least 5 different ways to do the same thing. You'll discover different methods the longer you digital scrapbook, so don't feel you need to learn them all right away, but keep your mind open as you work, because discovering new and almost always faster ways to create goes hand in hand with this amazing ever-changing hobby, okay? All right. Now that all 3 of our photos are in the quick page, let's arrange them appropriately. First, we're going to want to work with each photo one at a time. This will make it easier for us to create our page quicker and work with our layers efficiently. So to work with the photos one by one, we want to toggle off the visibility of 2 of the photos and leave 1 visible. And that's as simple as clicking on the eyeball here, left of the photo's thumbnail in the Layers panel. See, once I click on the eyeball of just one of the photo layers, a red strikeout appears through the eye and the photo is no longer visible. But don't panic. Clicking on the eye again will toggle the layer visibility back on. So you can turn the visibility for any layer off or on with a single click. How cool is that, right? Same with the other photo. Visibility turned off ×2. Visibility may not be a big deal right now, but it will really help you manage your layouts efficiently when your layers panel is filled to the brim with like 40 different layers. Trust me, that's very possible, so it's a good habit to form right now before you advance. Our work becomes more obvious now that we're limited to a single photo. We can now see that we'll need to resize this photo using the same corner anchors around the bounding box shared in the previous lesson. If you don't see your bounding box, make sure that you target the layer in the Layers panel and have the Move tool selected from your tool panel. I'm going to need to drag my photo down slightly so that I can see some corner anchors, and there they are. And hovering my mouse over one of the corner points of the photo, I can use it to reduce or enlarge the photo using that diagonal arrow in the cursor when I hover over the corners here. See, up and down. And I'm going to put this photo right here. I'm not going to reduce it all the way down because I want my photo to fill the frame of the size of the window here. So I'm going to leave it right around this size, and if I need to reduce it down a little bit, I can. Now here's a tip, and it's more a general scrapbook design tip rather than digital. On a quick page or any layout, the larger photo tends to be your focal photo, the photo that really captures the attention. So for this quick page layout, I've chosen to place my most eye-catching photo in the largest window because it will stand out. You're welcome to do the same, but keep in mind that the photos will be different sizes in the end, and it helps to know which photos will occupy each window before you resize them all. So with the photo resized, finished, commit my changes by clicking on the green checkbox. And then like before, I'm going to drag my photo layer underneath the quick page in the Layers panel. And there it is. And then I can move it a little bit, play around with where it sits, and that looks perfect to me. But notice how my photo peeks out into the other window. We don't want that. We want our photos to sit perfectly within their own windows and not try to peek out of other people's windows. Don't do that. So before we add our next photo, let's trim the current photo so it sits perfectly within its own window. And to do so, we'll need to work with a new tool. Let's do this. First, select the quick page layer in the Layers panel. And I'm going to double click on the layer, the type text in the layer, and change it to quick page so I can start identifying everything here. You don't have to do that, but it helps while you're watching. And next we're going to choose the Magic Wand tool from the Tools panel. And that's the Magic Wand. The Magic Wand tool looks like, you guessed it, the Magic Star Wand here. And in its context-sensitive menu, it's also nested with a few other tools, including one of my favorites, the Quick Selection tool. There are a few more sliders and options for the tool, but for the purposes of this class, we're going to use the tool at the default settings. Once you selected the magic wand tool, click inside the window where your photo is. You'll notice after you click that a weird box surrounds the border of the window. This is called a selection. A selection is an area that you've targeted specifically within your workspace. Selections are always followed by some action you'll take to change the selection in some way. Anything within the selection will change. Anything outside of the selection will not change. Now, you don't have to memorize that, but you'll see selections come up again as you learn a digital scrapbook. This I guarantee. Okay, next, target the photo layer in the Layers panel. I'm going to change the name of this layer to Large Photo so we can keep it identified. So I've clicked on my large photo, and this allows us to make the next set of edits to our photo and not the quick page layer. So make sure you target the visible photo layer. Next, we'll want to expand the selection slightly so it's larger than our window. You'll see why this is important shortly. To expand the selection, go to Select in the top menu, Modify, Expand. Select, Modify, Expand. And we'll set the expansion size to 10 pixels. And then click OK. Okay, let's pause for a second and understand exactly why we've expanded our selection. We expanded our selection. Let me zoom in here so you can see it. I'm going to zoom in even more. Let's go down here. Hello, puppy. Okay. We expanded our selection ever so slightly because when we trim our photo, we want to include just a little extra so the photo appears behind the window and trimmed exactly to fit. Think about when you trim gift wrapping paper. You leave a slight overhang as you cut so you can tuck it side in or fold it under another piece so it looks seamless, right? If you didn't, the gift wrap paper would be the exact size of the box and probably leave a little portion of the gift visible. An unsightly error, okay? Same thing applies for quick pages. You need just a tiny overhang on the edges so the photo is ever so slightly larger than the window. And that's why we expand the selection. Okay, after expanding the selection, now we need to invert our selection. That way, when we go to trim, we don't trim inside of the photo, we trim outside. And that is because the selection thinks we want to change everything inside the selection. So inverting the selection will change our adjustment from the inside of the photo to the outside. And that's easy to do. Go to Select in the top menu and then Inverse. And watch what happens here. I'm going to back up by using Command-Z on the Mac, Control-Z on the PC to undo. And watch what happens. Notice that my selection is around the photo. And then when I go to Select, Inverse, my selection changes. And now I've got the outside of the photo. And you can see that there's a selection now around the outside edge of the layout. So now my selection is going to delete anything that's outside the area of this photo. This selection on the outside is our clue that our selection is within these two selection boundaries. That's how you know. Finally, let's get rid of the excess. Press the Delete key and bingo, anything that is around that photo has disappeared. I'm going to back up so you can make sure and see that there now. I'm going to turn off the visibility of my quick page, and you can see that the selection is going outside of the photo. When I hit the Delete key, it trims my photo down to just the area within the frame that I want. You can also go to Edit and Cut to trim the photo as well. Either one will work. If your selection remains after you delete, press the Escape key to get rid of the selection. I'm going to toggle back on my quick page so you can see my photo sits nicely within the quick page. Okay, I know that was a lot, but you'll get a lot of repeat practice because we still have 2 other photos to work with, right? Let's repeat the steps for the remaining photos right now. Okay, I'm going to toggle back on the visibility of my next photo. Rename it Small Photo 1. And then switch to my Move tool so I can get my bounding box and slide this photo right into place. I'm going to reduce the size of the photo down. I'm going to put this photo right here in the middle slot. Oh, and there he is. This is my puppy Pippin, by the way. And I'm going to commit the change in the reduction of the size of the photo. Then I'm going to drag my photo underneath my quick page in the Layers panel. Adjust it just a bit so it fits the frame of the window. And that looks good. Next, I'll need to trim the edges of the photo because look, it's peeking over into other windows. So I'm going to select my quick page in the Layers panel and target the magic wand in the Tools panel. Click on the window where my photo will live, right here in the middle here. And a selection is created around the photo area, the window. I need to expand the selection ever so slightly. So I'm going to go to Select, Modify, Expand. And I'm going to keep the same settings, expand by 10 pixels, and click OK. And my selection has increased. Now make sure before you delete anything that you go back and click on your small photo in the Layers panel, because if you don't, you'll start to delete parts of your quick page. Next, I need to delete the inverse of it, because if you hit delete right now, it's going to delete the inside of your photo and leave the outside showing. You don't want that. Command Z, Control Z to undo that change. Click on my small photo. Go to Select, Inverse. And that will select the outer edges of my photo. Then press the Delete key. And now I've trimmed my photo to fit within the quick page window. Press the Escape key to get rid of my selection. One more photo to go. I'm going to toggle on the visibility of this photo. And this is a horizontally oriented photo. No problem. I can still reduce it down and crop out some of the extra parts of the photo. I really want his face. Mwah. I'm going to target my photo in the Layers panel, rename it Small Photo 2. I'm going to select the Move tool in the Tools panel to get my bounding box and drag it just so slightly and reduce it down. I'm going to speed up just a little bit as I continue to work. And as you get the hang of it and the more photos and objects you work with, these things will become a lot faster. But don't feel that you need to speed up until you're ready. And that's where I'm going to put it, just like that. Click the green checkbox to commit my change in size. And then I'm going to drag my photo underneath the quick page layer in the Layers panel. Reposition it just a bit. And of course, this part of my photo is peeking into other windows, so we need to correct that. I'm going to target my quick page layer in the Layers panel, switch back to the Magic Wand tool, click right within the window. Expand the selection area, go to Select, Modify, Expand. Expand by 10 pixels, click OK. Invert the selection, go to Select, Inverse. Press the Delete key. Oops, look what I did. I forgot to switch back to my photo. Use Command Z on the Mac or Control Z on the PC to back up. Click on the small photo in my Layers panel. Now hit the delete key. And look, there it's gone. Press the escape key to get rid of the selection. And I've placed all 3 photos. And look, we've done it. Well, we've at least added multiple photos to our second layout. Now jump on over to the next video so we can complete your page with text and dimensional embellishments.